everybody, and welcome to today's Junk Journal with me. It's episode 30, which is unbelievable. And I am once again using the Junk Journal January prompt, which I managed to use in a way so that I could make another collage. Yay! I'm so happy that I'm getting comments that you guys are enjoying my collages, so I can keep making them on this channel. Thank you. Look at these guys, they're so cute. So this is the my animal encyclopedia that I'm using the images from, and here I'm just going to give you a quick peek of what I was planning on using today. And I was going for actually some more yellowish tones, so I thought I was going to use more the ones on the top here, these here. So let's see how that goes. And okay, two things. So first of all, for the background, my decision on what I'm putting there is based on color theory. So when you look at the color wheel, if you have yellow, the complementary color is purple. So I thought that should work out pretty nicely. If I choose yellow golden images, I should use a purple background, and that should be fairly pleasing to the eye. So that's something you can do if you're stuck to figure out what should you use for the background. So either keep it neutral, light and neutral, that should always work. Or if you want to do more colors, go for the complementary color of, you know, your images in the background. That should work as well. So here I'm just tearing various scraps that I had, and I'm so happy I can use some of my scraps, but of course I'm just making smaller scraps. So I don't think I got rid of a single complete piece of scrap. Now I just have smaller scraps again. It's really a never-ending story. In any case, by the way, did you know that when you tear a paper, depending on what direction you tear it in, you will have a white edge or not? This is something I came across a while ago. I never really paid attention to it, but try it out. If you tear it, for example, okay, you tear pulling one side to you, right, and the other away from you. So then when you look at that torn, both those two torn papers, one will have a white edge and the other will not. The one that you've torn towards you won't have the white edge, and the other one will. So depending on what you want in your project, you can tear accordingly if you want to influence that. Just a little side tip. And speaking of tips, one other very important thing I have to tell you is a kind viewer has made a comment to me today that in one of my previous spreads, I think this is 5 or 6 spreads ago, I was making a collage for the prompt Pocket with the wolves, and I was using my fingers putting on the golden matte medium, and she pointed out that I should not be doing that because it is very toxic. Now, I did not know that, so please don't follow that tip of mine, and please use a brush or use gloves or whatever you want, but do not use your bare hands. So that was very helpful. Thank you so much if you're watching. I hope I haven't done any damage to anyone who's tried this in the meantime. I'm sorry. Okay, going back to my spread now. So my background was complete, and I was starting to play around with the images, which for me is the most fun part. But then having those on there, I saw they didn't pop as much as I wanted them to pop. So I went back to my cutouts to see if I had any with a little more popping yellow or gold on them. So I really like this fish, but I kind of couldn't figure out how to use him in that spread well enough. And now looking at it, I think I could have just cut him in half as horrible as that sounds. And then just used his back part, like the fin, right? I could have just cut him and then stuck him, for example, on the top with the half showing down, right? That would have been an option, I guess, but I didn't think of it, I guess, on that at that time. So still searching for some alternatives here, still not happy. And then I come across this guy. And this guy really makes me laugh because to me he looks like, and excuse me for saying this, but he looks like a glamorous drag queen about to go on stage. So very dramatic and full of life and fun. So I really wanted to use him. He was so dominating on this page that I wanted to see if I can somehow make that work. Not sure if I could, but I was just gonna give it a go. And of course, if you've seen the pictures at the beginning, obviously you know that he made it to the final cut. He is in the spread that I managed. And I actually really wanted to include this 2019, but I couldn't really make that work. So I decided not to use it in the end. And by the way, I also have to mention this. This page is dedicated to one of my besties, Queen Farine, because she is the queen of purple. And I miss her very much. We used to work together at the school until end of December. And now I don't see her a lot and I miss her. And so I wanted to dedicate this purple page to her. So going back to the spread, still trying to figure out what I can do, which animals I could add, but I believe this is what I stick with, what I currently have. So one thing I was not liking well enough yet was that dog up there. Because of the background, those daisies, those whatever flowers those are, they distracted me too much, so I was hoping to find another solution for that. In the meantime, I'm going through my stamps, and this is where the prompt comes in. So the prompt was memory, and as I talked to in that same video where I was using the matte medium with the pocket and the wolves, I mentioned that I used to work with the stamps with my dad when I was smaller, and we used to soak these together to get them off the envelopes and then dry and press them and put them in the albums. So that is my lovely memory, and so I'm going to use that for this spread so I can justify this collage. So here I am auditioning some stamps to see how they would work with the page, and I realized that I'm really loving putting faces with other images like randomly. I don't know why that is, but that combination I find awesome. So I'm gonna do that again this time. And also in the meantime, I realized maybe it would make more sense to have my stamps organized by color rather than by theme. I don't know, tough call, because sometimes I know I want florals, so I want all the florals together, but at least for these collages now it kind of makes sense to have all the colors together. So I don't know, do you guys have thoughts on that? Do you have stamps, like postal stamps, and how do you store them? Do you put them in different categories, or what do you do? Let me know. Please share your ideas and thoughts. So here I'm going through my washies trying to see which ones would match with this spread, and I'm taking some neutrals and also some purpley pinkish tones that I think might work well. And I think I end up using all of these washes actually. So, and I like putting the washi under the stamp. I guess that makes sense because the stamps have images and I want to see the images more. So here I find a solution for that very busy background with the daisy. So I just cover that up partially And voila, the dog pops. I love it. And now I'm just gonna position some more washi. Also loving that notes one on the bottom. And these butterflies were that was actually, I think, one of the first washis I ever got. So I've had it a few years and it's running kind of low. And yet I don't think I've managed to finish a single washi roll. I really don't think I have, although I've been doing this for years. Just shows that I've been buying too much, right? So, but as I've mentioned before, I've stopped doing that. Let's see how long that goes. We're kind of towards the end of January and I haven't, have I? Well, no, I've made one exception. I have ordered from Amazon the numbers, which are in the same style. I hope they are actually in the same style as my beloved Recollections clickable alphabet stamps, which you might have seen in numerous of my other videos if you watched any. So I really hope that they match. They are not from Recollections, so we'll see if they actually are the same, but I'm really hoping, because every time I use those to make a date, the Recollections ones, I'm missing the same ones to actually make the number of the day. So let's see if this works. But I believe that is the only thing I've ordered, and this is something I've been wanting for months, so I can justify ordering those. Not that I have to, but just to myself. But I hope to not order like ephemera or stickers or washi. That one drawer you see I have my washi in is full, so I don't want to have any extra ones just floating around. So unless I give some away or use them up, I don't know how I'm ever going to use them up, but unless I do that, I do not want to order more. I was going to say sushi. Maybe I'm hungry. More washi. So here I just fast forwarded all the boring gluing, and now all that's left, I almost forgot again, is the date. So I'm using my rotatable stamp, which is in the last AliExpress haul of December if you're interested, and I'm using my StazOn Jet Black ink this time, and I'm just gonna stamp that right on that branch. And that concludes today's spread. So if you haven't, I keep saying this, please have a go at it. It is so much fun and so relaxing and so zen and so satisfying. So have a go at it. Nothing can go wrong. If you hate it, you can always cover it up, but I don't think you'll hate it. So have a go at it, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.